Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly forecast for August 19th through the 25th. Yes, I believe. We're going to connect here and see what is going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Guys, we're coming to the end of our mermaid readings. Those of you who've been watching the summer mermaid-themed readings, this week and next week, and then it's going to be a new theme for the fall. Ooh, let's see what's going on. We're going to pick 3 cards for you for the week ahead out of this deck. For Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, here's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday. Oopsie. Oh, wow, the cards are just like exploding, Gemini. There's something happening for you this weekend. There's a big surge of energy. There's your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll have to see what it is. And then after we look at these cards, I'm going to pull a spirit message for you from a different deck. All right, my darlings. This is kind of like our stalker card this week. Several of the signs have received it. So you might actually have received this in your sun sign, and you might be watching because you're a Gemini, Moon, or a Rising. And yet again, here it is. Or Gemini, you might watch your Moon or Rising and see this card again in your Moon or Rising video because it's been coming up quite frequently. I believe the reason for this, and this is a good thing. It's a good thing that 6 of Pentacles is like a communal energy right now for a lot of the different zodiac signs. I talked last week about that full moon in Aquarius, and it was going to get a lot of people into this thing. The full moon on August 15th was going to get a lot of people into this thing where they're really kind of looking at ways in which they don't feel like they're being reciprocated, or like they feel like they're giving a lot and not getting a whole lot back, or they're feeling neglected in relationships, or they're feeling like they're not getting enough credit or enough attention. And this 6 of Pentacles is the positive, happy opposite of that. 6 of Pentacles is that even give and take, that flow, that free flowing abundance. So I feel like what's going on is that a lot of people who are on this channel anyway, or who are stumbling upon the channel, they felt that full moon energy, and they began to take steps. So maybe you confronted your employer about, or you're getting ready to confront your employer about how hard you work and how you'd really appreciate a promotion or a raise. And hey, like, you know, what do I have to do, for that to happen? You might be confronting your employer in a peaceful way, or you confronted a family member or friend or lover or partner and just said, hey, you know what, like, here's all the things I do for this relationship, but here's where I'm feeling really hurt. Like, I would really appreciate it if, A, B, and C. And so you're beginning to change the energy in that way because you are making a statement, or you're making a stand in a very grown-up, mature, articulate way that's bringing you what you deserve and what you need. A lot of you are in the beginning stages of mastering something significant financially. 6 of Pentacles is, in fact, usually about money, but we can look at it energetically as well because money is a physical measure of energy. So it's about energy, but a lot of the times when we look about it at money, it basically means, Gemini, you're beginning to come into an energy where debt is going to be paid off. Like, debt will no longer be an issue. Debts are paid off. You have enough money to save and put away for the future. On top of that, you have enough money to spend on entertainment or going out or doing things with friends and not having to check your bank account every 2 seconds. Like, you're not worried about it. You can go out and spend some time or spend some money and not worry about it. And then also on top of that, you still have enough money to where you're able to give to charity or to help out other people, if you feel moved to do so, if you feel it would be an appropriate cause. So it's really like the ideal dream situation financially. It's kind of like what everybody kind of dreams to have. So Gemini, a lot of you are coming into this energy as well. Now, I'm not saying you're going to wake up Monday morning and all of a sudden all your debt is paid off and you've got a ton of money in your savings and you're buying a plane ticket to travel, the world for 3 months. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is you're coming into this energy. This is a big energy. This is a big flow. right? So this is something that's going to maybe follow you through the remainder of the year or through the next few months. It's the beginning stages where you're coming into receiving, like really finally being able to receive and give and take. Gemini, some of you have been stuck in this pattern or this cycle where you get into a relationship and you give a lot, like you give a lot. And then you get burned and you're like, oh, like I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to get taken advantage of again. So you may go into another relationship and that person's like, oh, Gemini, you're such a jerk. You don't care about anybody but yourself. You never give anything to me, right? And then you get accused of being selfish or you get accused of being greedy or stingy or whatever it is. But meanwhile, you're just trying to protect yourself because the last time you were generous, you got taken advantage of, right? And so a lot of you Geminis have had this hard time where you either gave in and you gave way too much to the wrong people and you got burned, or you tried to protect yourself and then other people were like, hey, you're not opening up, or you're not letting me in, or you're not being generous, or you're being selfish. And so it was this really hard thing where it's like, man, like, what do I do? How do I find the balance? You're finding that balance. You're coming into that balance in the beginning of the week so that you're giving, you're generous, but you're not getting burned. And you're also figuring out the right time and the right people to be generous with, right? Because most of the time when we get burned, it's just because we gave to the wrong person. So that's something you're mastering. Your Wednesday, Thursday card, Gemini, is Ace of Swords. This is good, Gemini, and I'll tell you why. You all are a very intellectual sign. You guys are the sign of air, and the air signs are all about thoughts. The signs are air signs are very intelligent. And Gemini, you're constantly looking for new things to stimulate you mentally or to keep your interest. And I feel that a lot of you Geminis have been having to make really big decisions lately, and I'm getting I'm laughing. Spirit's showing me like this really intense ping pong ball game where it's just like back and forth, like ping, 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 ping. And I feel like as you're trying to make this decision, there's like this ping pong ball match in your head where you're just like, you're going back and forth on a lot of different things and you're having a very hard time deciding. Ace of Swords to me is you're cutting through that confusion and that chaos. Usually when I see Ace of Swords, for me it's a very significant card because it has to do with thoughts and ideas and a new way of thinking about things. But for me as a reader, it signifies that you're breaking out of limiting beliefs and like negative thinking, like you're breaking out of that cycle. But in this sense, this week, Gemini, the feeling Spirit is giving me around this card is you're breaking out of that ping pong ball match, like that, just that back and forth. So just something where you haven't been able to decide, you're making a clear decision. Those of you who've been struggling with indecisiveness, which means you have a hard time deciding or choosing, you're going to be able to choose and decide in a very confident, intelligent, well thought out way. That's the feeling I'm feeling for you around this Ace of Swords. I also feel some of you have had this really hard time where you've been thinking a lot, like you've been having cravings. Like, I know this is really weird and this is maybe very specific for some of you. It's not going to be for all of you. It's not typically a message that comes up for me in this card, but it's coming up, so I have to share it. That's my rule. I feel some of you have been like having a lot of like mental cravings, if that makes sense, where like you're stressed out or something is happening and you're like, I need a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink. Oh, this is stressful. I need a drink. And you're like, okay, like you've been catching yourself with that. And you're like, okay, maybe I need to slow down on the drinking, or maybe I'm just turning to it a little bit too much right now. So I feel some of you are like catching that, like you're catching yourself, telling yourself to self-medicate in some way. And maybe it's not drinking for all of you. Maybe for some of you it's like buying shoes or playing video games or having sex or whatever the heck it is. But you're catching some kind of like mental thing in your head that you have a habit of doing to just kind of self-medicate or to like forget about a problem or situation. And you're cutting that out. You're like, oh, nope. And so you're finding that you're not thinking that way, or you're not having that thought as much, because you're also cutting through that confusion that's stressing you out so much. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Seven of Wands, Gemini. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Seven of Wands is you overcome an obstacle and then you're able to stand your ground. You're able to protect yourself. You're able to keep yourself on top of the situation, or in control, or in charge of the situation. A lot of the times it has to do with standing your ground. So as you make this decision, maybe this is why, Gemini, you were so torn. Maybe you were having such a hard time deciding because you were basing your decision on what other people were expecting for you to do, or what other people wanted you to do. And now that you're making your decision, you might have people who are challenging your decision, but you're able to stand your ground and say, this is what I'm gonna do. For other ones of you, you've been afraid to step forward or to shine or to stand out because you feel like it was going to bring competition or people coming after you in some way. And you're coming out of that fear and you're realizing that you can stand your ground, that even though people might be jealous or people might try to give you a hard time, that you're going to not get sucked into their drama, that you're not going to get pulled down into fighting with them, that you're going to, in a peaceful way, stand your ground, stake your claim, and just, be in control of it, all right? For a lot of you, you are in a situation where there's been a lot of competition. And there's people who are very jealous or envious of what you've accomplished, and they might be trying to compete with you, or they might be trying to get inside your head and make you doubt yourself so that you can mess up and they can be where you are. Like, example, if you're in a situation at work and you're like up for a promotion, like you received a promotion or you're up for a promotion, there could be somebody that they're very envious and they want to have to be where you are, and they might be doing things to try to like get inside your head or make you doubt yourself or make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Take that as a sign that you're doing a damn good job, and that's their only way they can think of tripping you up, is to just kind of like make you doubt yourself. So I feel, Gemini, a lot of you are just getting in this energy where you're like, this is it. Like, you know what you're bringing to the table. You know what your strengths are. You're not going to take other people's pettiness personally anymore. You're not going to get distracted by that. And you're going to just move ahead and stake your claim and stay on top. Stay king of the mountain, so to speak. Let's go ahead and check out, or queen, or princess, or prince, whatever you prefer. Let's go ahead and check out your not angel message. We're doing another mermaid deck, but your spirit message or your spirit homework for the week. And guys, don't forget to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos, because some weeks they may resonate with you more, or they might add a little extra information. I don't know why this is like moving so much. I'm sorry. My camera is doing something crazy. We have a new dawn, Gemini. Wow. Yeah, it keeps jumping. It's never done that before. I don't know what it is. The tripod's not moving. The picture's just going haywire. Sorry about that. A new dawn. The worst is now behind you, and positive new experiences are on the horizon. How lovely is this? How wonderful is this? I want you to know, Gemini, this is a really good confirmation for you, because we were talking about that theme in your reading, and now in a nutshell, it's being summed up in this card. This is what Spirit's trying to tell you about this week. This week is a whole new beginning for a lot of you, where the hard times or the worst of it is behind you, and now you're going to have good things coming in, okay? Good things on the horizon. Those of you who watch my videos, sometimes Ace of Cups comes up, and you've heard me talk about Ace of Cups and how, for me, that's a card that means that you're done learning from pain and you're ready to learn from pleasure and achievement and success and joy and abundance. That's essentially the energy here that you're bringing in, okay? You're bringing in this time of receiving. You're done with the chaos of the past, and you're ready to receive. This is a whole new beginning for a lot of you. I also feel, Gemini, something is happening here where you have either been judging yourself or you've been feeling very judged about like your age or your body, or just things about your appearance that you are overcoming. Not just overcoming to where you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll like me. Like you're looking at yourself and you're seeing all of the things that are so great about you, and you're seeing physically all of the attractive things about you and all of the things about you that you feel are strengths, or charming or attractive or whatever, and you're seeing this within yourself. Like I just see you kind of like looking in the mirror and just seeing certain things where you're like, wow, my hair's real cute, or I have really nice eyes, or wow, I really like the shape of my shoulders, or like, I don't know, like just little things where just more than one thing, like you're just noticing or you're seeing yourself in a more loving, more positive way. I just feel there's something about accepting, embracing, and loving your physicality. You might even find people are complimenting you, throughout the week, Gemini, or as it gets closer to the end of the week, where people might be telling you things about, oh, I like your hair, or hey, your eyes look really pretty in that light, or oh, I wish I had your feet, or I don't know. That's a weird thing, but somebody said that to me once, and I was like, what? It was a coworker. It was the weirdest thing. Somebody was like, I wish I had your feet, and I was like, okay, like that's a weird thing to say to somebody. I don't have like model feet or foot model feet or whatever. I don't know, but you might have people complimenting things like that or saying things like that to you. And so that's kind of going to be a confirmation for a lot of you too, because you're vibrating on that frequency. Watch your moon sign and rising sign videos too, guys, because like I said, it might resonate with you more, or it might bring a little extra info for you. Especially if like you really want a private reading, but you can't afford a private reading. Sometimes when you watch the general readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs, you get a little bit more specific to your energetic makeup. They're still general, so you still have to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But if you do want a private reading, guys, I have private readings starting as low as $20. So there are affordable options. If you click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, you can schedule there. A lot of you are like, Amethyst, this was really nice, but what about my love life? You haven't said anything about love and romance, and I want to know about love and romance. I understand, guys. I'm with you. I just do the love reading separately on the channel because I want you guys, I want all the zodiac signs to have a weekly reading where it's just about them and their journey, because we get so hung up on love that we forget ourselves sometimes. But the love readings are available. If you click on the link in the description of the video where it says love readings, it will take you to the August love readings. So if you haven't checked out the love readings for August, feel free to do so. I thank you all so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you a fabulous, wonderful week. And I will see you next week for our last mermaid themed reading for this year. And then we'll have to wait till next summer for some more mermaid goodness. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.